Judge Pennell, you are a political activist, aren't you?
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. I am a judge on the Washington State Court of Appeals. I don't consider that to be a political activist.
Okay. In 2020, you and 10 of your friends issued a written statement. You entitled it, quote, Statement on Racism, White Supremacy, and Justice. Here's what you said. I'm quoting from you now. Racism and white supremacy currently plague every social, educational, economic, governmental, and legal system in our state and in our nation. And they have for centuries. Both, you're referring to your state and America, both target Black, Indigenous, African American, Latinx, and other people and communities of color.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Hot News Today. In today's video, we're diving into a recent Senate Judiciary hearing where Senator John Kennedy questioned Judge Pennell. The exchange was heated, and Kennedy didn't hold back with his line of questioning. So grab a seat, because this one is intense. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future deep dives like this one.
Did I read that accurately?
Senator, I don't have it in front of me. I don't have any reason to think that you did not read that correctly.
Okay. You are very active in Planned Parenthood, are you not?
No, Senator.
Well, Planned Parenthood, in its annual reports, lists you as a, quote, silver friend, close quote. Do you know what a silver friend means?
I don't, Senator.
That's someone who has donated between $1,000 and $2,500 to Planned Parenthood of Greater Washington and North Idaho. That's in the Planned Parenthood annual reports. You don't know anything about that?
I don't recall. What I recall, Senator, is that my husband had donated to Planned Parenthood, and I think at some point in time they listed me along with him.
Senator John Kennedy opened his questioning by congratulating the nominees, but things took a turn very quickly. Kennedy isn't known for being shy, and he wasted no time diving into some tough questions for Judge Pennell. He started by asking Pennell about her background in political activism, calling her a political activist. Naturally, Judge Pennell denied it, stating that she was simply a judge and didn't see herself as one. He proceeded to bring up a statement Judge Pennell had signed in 2020, alongside others, about racism and white supremacy in America. In that statement, Pennell and her colleagues claimed that racism and white supremacy plague every social, educational, economic, governmental, and legal system in the United States. Was she out of line or just speaking the truth? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. He shifted gears and brought up Pennell's alleged ties to Planned Parenthood. Pennell was listed as a silver friend by Planned Parenthood, meaning she donated between $1,000 and $2,500. When Kennedy asked if she knew about this, Pennell was a bit caught off guard, stating that she didn't recall. However, she did mention that her husband had donated, which could have been the reason her name appeared on the list. But was this line of questioning fair, or was Kennedy just trying to create controversy? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on this debate.
Do you remember a case called State v. Westwood?
I believe so, Senator.
And you were reversed in that case, weren't you?
Senator, in reviewing my cases, I think I've been reversed in about 2% of the cases that I've issued. I've issued almost...
Were you reversed in that case, though?
That was a very complicated case regarding sentencing law.
But I'm going to run out of time, and I got a bunch of these.
Okay.
Were you reversed?
That might have been one of the 2% of the cases. I think so.
Reversed?
I believe that was one of the 2% of cases,
You remember
Senator.
a case called Personal Restraint of Heiress?
That, I think, was the case regarding whether or not the person had been deprived.
Were you reversed in that case?
That was, I think I was not reversed.
Were you reversed in that case, counsel?
Senator, I think that I wasn't reversed as to outcome, but it was one of the 2% of the cases where the state Supreme Court disagreed with the analysis.
You remember a case called Parental Rights of ALK? Were you reversed in that case?
Senator, I think that was one of the 2% of my over 450 cases where there was a reversal.
Next up, Kennedy took a deep dive into Pennell's judicial record. He started rattling off several cases where she had been reversed by the state Supreme Court. She acknowledged that she was reversed, noting that it was one of the small percentage of cases where her opinion had been overturned. He kept throwing more case names at her, each time asking if she had been reversed. Pennell kept repeating that only about 2% of her cases were reversed. Now here's the kicker. Kennedy seemed to want to highlight that this might not be the best record for a judge aspiring to higher positions. Is 2% a low enough number for a judge to be considered competent, or does this raise some red flags? Drop your thoughts below.
Reversed, you remember a case called State v. Curry where you reversed there?
Senator, I think you're reading off all the cases. I think that's one of the 2% of cases.
Okay. How about a case called Estate v. Rathbone? Were you reversed?
That's probably one of the 2%, Senator.
How about a case called Douglas v. Shamrock Paving Company?
Senator, that's a case where I was largely affirmed. The only thing that was a reversed, I included everything, even if it was just a partial reverse. The only thing that I was reversed on was an award of attorney fees. The substance of the law, which was rather new in that case regarding what constituted an investigation for an environmental
So
cleanup.
you weren't reversed?
That part of it I was affirmed.
Yeah, I think that would be a surprise to the Supreme Court that you weren't reversed.
He brought up more cases like State v. Barossa v. Cortez and State v. Telek, asking if she had been reversed. In each case, Pennell admitted that she had been overturned by the state Supreme Court, but she maintained that she was doing her job based on the law. Do you think this level of questioning is fair, or should nominees be given a bit more leeway in their responses? If you want to see more breakdowns like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Kennedy's aggressive questioning is a reminder of how high the stakes can be for judicial nominees, especially when their records are put under a microscope. Was Kennedy justified in his questions, or was this a bit too much? Leave your thoughts below and don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.